There are some jobs in some of these countries that their citizen is very lazy to do it. They know it's we Africans that can do this kind of job. Something like all these heavy jobs, all this any job that is heavy, even in the UK, you find out that when you go to these companies that requires heavy job, it's always Africans that is there, especially Nigerians, because they know that we dey shop akpu and fufu, but them they're only eating salad and burger. How many calories the salad and burger one used to give them? I think that most of them, their country, they've spoiled them, but we came from the trenches. So most of these jobs that requires all this FT, this thing, you can actually get all those ones without experience. But then they want to ask you that, sure, you know how the job will be. Anything, every job or dirty job, African person, you're gonna get the job because now we get strength. For example, assuming I have a company in Poland and I'm a sole proprietorship, I want to recruit somebody, and then you're telling me relocation package for you and your family. You don't fear God, though. You do not fear God. How much do I have in my account that I want to do relocation package for you and your family? Is it your life that I come? Is it your life that I come? Some countries, they actually need engineers. Some countries, they don't need. E.g. UK did not really used to give sponsorship for engineers. I don't know why. But then, that's why I said, before you study any course, just have it in mind to try to study a global course, or maybe have a target, country. But then, okay, engineers, they have a lot of job prospects in Poland. Engineer construction. Welcome back again to another video in expressing. This hair is always giving me vibe of I don't understand, but anyway, I feel like it's fairer today. So guys, in today's video, it's be different as usual, and as always, today I'm talking about 20 companies. I'm not talking about website. There's a difference between website and companies. When I tell you website, you have to go and be looking for the company yourself, and then if you are doing that, you have more chances of getting so many. Unfortunately, just to reduce the risk a bit, the way you get so many, unfortunately, that's why I further into my research to bring these companies to you guys. Are you guys ready? So guys, today we're talking about Poland, not just Poland, how to get jobs in Poland. Before now, I've actually made a video about how to get job in Poland, 3 ways you can actually migrate to Poland with job visa. Like I mentioned, there are 3 ways. Either you get the work permit, or you don't have the work permit, or you're already in Poland, or probably you're already in European country. You know something about this European country is, if you have like a resident permit or you're a citizenship or this thing, you can actually easily migrate to another European country. They will not put you on so many clinical like that. So I made how you can actually get this job. And one thing I really like about Poland is the fact that you can actually work there without a work permit. Yes, you heard that right. You can work there without a work permit, unlike other countries, right? But then after 6 months, you have to apply for your work permit. But then depending, go and watch the video. So I'll put in the link in my description box. When you get there, you see Poland playlist. Just click Poland. Any video you want to see, you will actually see it there. So make sure to watch that one first one. So guys, today we're talking about 20 companies in Poland that is actually offering visa sponsorship. Not just visa sponsorship, but visa sponsorship for foreigners. And you know that one has to be for foreigners. Anyways, before I dive right into it, there are some things you have to know, like as usual, the general So what are the requirements? The general requirement, first of all, you have to have a very good CV and cover letter. That one, very important. And in that view, I actually draft CV and cover letter for people for just 150,000 naira. CV 75k, cover letter 75k, everything 300k. So if you're interested, this one is Poland format. Different countries have different formats for their CV and cover letter. Don't go and use Nigeria CV to send application for Poland. They're gonna be like, what are you talking about? You understand? So almost every country, they have their own standard of drafting CV. So if you're interested, enter my DM and hold your rubber. So aside that, make sure, and if you can draft a very good CV, then that's fine, but make sure your CV and cover letter is top notch. And aside that, another thing you should look out for is, Poland is actually a language country. They actually speak Polish and then Russian. So some of these jobs, they require 100% English. Emma Gbamio, listen attentively. Some of them require 100% English, Some of them require you understand English and Polish, Some of them require you understand English, Polish, then a little bit of Russian. It varies. But even if you get English jobs, and you guys open your ears to hear me well, even if you actually get English jobs in Poland, have it in mind that you are gonna learn the language, because like I say, any country you're integrating to, it is good to learn the language. And you all know that Poland actually offer resident permit, right? After 5 years, they will actually give you resident permit. So it's not as if maybe you are just going there to just go. Is it after 2 years or after 5 years? Until I said it in that video, I talk about a whole lot of company or a whole lot of countries. So see, the requirement used to even scatter my head. Sometimes I'll just be doing video, I don't even know I'm talking about UK. It's not easy. Do you know how many countries is in this world that I'm making videos about? But I know that Poland actually give resident permits. I think it's either after 5 years, either after 2 years or 5 years. Yeah. I think it's 2 years, because when I found out, I was really surprised. I'm typing it on the screen. My head is not, you guys will understand like that. So they actually offer resident permit. So even if you get a job there, and again, another thing you should know, you have actually know that Poland is one of those destination countries where you can actually study at a very, very affordable rate. So even if you're looking at to school, maybe for your master's or anything, and then you already have your BSc, you have experience, you can just use this one to apply for job while you actually attend part-time and everything. And yes, the universities in Poland is 100% English. We have 100% English, we have 100% Polish, we have 100% Russian. But then depending on the language you actually opt for, if you actually opt for language course, is actually very, very cheaper, extremely. But if you opt for English course, you can get as low as $1,000 per year till $3,000, depending on the cost, depending on so many factors like that. Anyways, I'm making a video about student visa in Poland and every other thing like that. So I've talked about CV, that's the general requirement. Another thing is your English requirement, right? So some is 100% English job, and some they actually require you to just be proficient in Polish. So I'm telling you now, so even when you get to the job, when you are checking the job description and everything like that. And another thing is another thing they might actually request for is experience. So I've seen some jobs that requires zero experience, and not like zero experience. But then sometimes if a job actually requires zero experience, for them to bring you from your home country to Polish with zero experience, they'll be like, why can't they just recruit somebody locally since it's without experience? So if you're looking for to travel to get a job from outside your country to another country, your best bet is at least get experience in that relevant field. That one will actually sell you more, because the employer will be like, since I can employ somebody without experience, I can easily get somebody at the back of my office. So make sure it's really worth it. But some ask for zero experience to 1 year experience, 2 years, 3 years, some 5 years, depending on the job, depending on the department. And there are some jobs that they don't even care about your experience, they just need people. Like I'll be mentioning some jobs like that they just need people. And another thing is, like I used to say, there are some jobs in some of these countries that their citizen is very lazy to do it. They know it's we Africans that can do this kind of job. Something like all these heavy jobs, all this any job that is heavy, even in the UK, you find out that when you go to these companies that requires heavy job, it's always Africans that is there, especially Nigerians, because they know that we dey shop akpu and fufu, but then they're always eating salad and burger. How many calories the salad and burger one used to give them? I know that most of them, their country, they've spoiled them, but we came from the trenches. So most of these jobs that requires all this FT, this thing, you can actually get all those ones without experience. But then they want to ask you that, sure, you know how the job will be. Anything, every job or dirty job, African person, you're gonna get the job, because now we get strength. So another thing I want to ask is, some of these jobs that I've checked, some of them actually requires for computer skills like MS, Outlook, PowerPoint and everything. Even if you actually get a job, or you see a job that does not require computer literacy, make sure to add it to your CV, because sometimes even if you're competing with so many people, so just to make your own CV to actually stand out, it is very important. Even if you're applying for a post of how to carry water from one place to another, include that you are a computer literate. You don't even know the one that will actually tell you better than somebody else. Always we are in computer world already. Always include computer literacy in your CV, regardless of the job, regardless of the anything. Computer literacy and ability to use phone, because you have some jobs that actually requires you to actually use your phone. Then another thing that might actually be a requirement is driver's license. I've seen the job that requires driver's license, and this thing is somehow common in most of these countries. They actually require driver's license. Driver's license is for you to be able to drive from one place to another. You don't have to have Polish driver's license. Your Nigerian driver's license is actually fine. Like countries like UK and even in most countries, if you have your Nigerian driver's license, I don't know about Polish law, but you can drive at least for 1 year before you actually apply for their own driver's license. And then if you have your Nigerian driver's license or Ghanaian or your home country driver's license, you can just apply for international driver's license in Nigeria. Just go to your federal road safety, and then if you have from another country, just go to the road safety where you collected that local driver's license. Just type it on Google, go to your road safety driver's license, tell them that you need international driver's license. So when you actually have that one kind of give you more edge, a bit better edge than people without driver's license. So have it in mind. But it is not a job that requires driver's license. Some jobs require you to just sit down. But I'm just telling you that you see some jobs that require driver's license. And even at that, even if you're applying to a job that does not require driver's license and you have driver's license, make sure you had it. You know, I've told you guys 2 qualities now that you should add. Add your driver's license even if they don't ask you. Ask your computer skills even if they don't ask you. Then if you have any language that you know, even if it is German, even if it is Russian, even if it is, include it. Even if they don't ask you, add it to your CV. Then another thing is relocation package. There are some of these countries that actually offer very sweet relocation packages. Let me not lie. Some can decide to pay for your visa, some can decide to pay for your flights, some can decide to do for your insurance, some can decide to do relocation package for your entire family member. And in that view, if you know you're moving with your family member, make sure to discuss with your employer. You're a family of 5, or you're a family of clinical. Some of them actually offer sweet relocation package, but then before you actually discuss them, make sure that you passed your interview and everything, and then try to study the environment so that it's not used down to run away from there. And then before you do it, make sure you check the words of that company online. For example, assuming I have a company in Poland and I'm a sole proprietorship, I want to recruit somebody, and then you're telling me relocation package for you and your family. You don't fear God, though. You do not fear God. How much do I have in my account that I want to do relocation package for you and your family? Is it your life that I come? Is it your life that I come? But then if it's another company like all these very popular companies that we say they carry rubber. This company, they don't have to be popular. Some of them carry you money. You can say, okay, this one they fit do relocation plan. So before you even patronize somebody and say my family and this thing, make sure you check their words. And sometimes it does not mean just check like what maybe during your interview, and after you pass your interview, just depending on how the environment is to be okay. You shall include. So most of them actually offer good relocation package, but sometimes if you don't ask, you don't know. So just ask them, because the thing is you are coming to work for them. They're supposed to satisfy all your conditions, right? Relocation package. Then another thing is, after listing these companies, I'll be telling you some jobs that I actually feel like they have more prospect of actually getting this job. You know, I do it in every of my videos. This is not to rule out that other jobs cannot get it. Other jobs can get it, but then sometimes if your job is not listed here, you might get a lot of unfortunately, just for you to prepare your mind for so many unfortunately, you understand? Then another thing is, some of these jobs that actually requires license, maybe like health professional, anything, they can actually require you to have your license. And then another thing is, what is the minimum requirement? They can actually accept your BSc. Yeah, I've seen BSc, I've seen diploma, and I've seen vocational course. Vocational course, like maybe all these people that went to electrical schools in Nigeria, or they just went to one electrical shop and they start learning electric this thing, and then they have their vocational qualification. Yes, it is actually acceptable. So you don't have to have BSc, you don't have to have OND. Vocational this thing is actually acceptable. So now let's dive right into it. So the first on my list does not mean that that's the first one that will employ you, but let's talk. The first on my list is AstraZeneca. If you know AstraZeneca was actually quite popular during that COVID time. Is actually like a vaccine brand, and I think that's the one we take in Nigeria. So they actually recruit international people, international foreigner. So you might want to ask which type of job can you get there. You can get any type of job. Just go to their career site. Just for example, AstraZeneca career site, and then you see so many jobs. You can see from IT, from customer care. There are a lot of jobs there. So the next on my list is Westrock. The next on my list is Azenture. As Nigeria is quite popular, sha. The next on my list is Baugen, Poland. The next on my list is Biliani. The next on my list is Cornetis. The next on my list is MSD.pl. The next on my list is Cisco. The next on my list is GAIS Europe. The next on my list is Telos International High Hank. I'll type it on the screen. The next on my list is Civic Global Research and Analytics. Civic Global Research and Analytics. The next on my list is Batman looking in the hair. Batman. And my list is Dior. The next on my list is HL Poland. The next on my list is Junkers Corp. Heineken Global Shared Services. The next on my list is International Paper Global Business. The next on my list is Junkers Club again, Kingfisher. The next on my list is CER International. The next on my list is DSF International Shared Services. And the next on my list, the last but not the least, is H&M Customer Service. Yup. And then some of these jobs will actually offer remote job opportunities, like you can just work from your home country, maybe like all this customer care, virtual assistant, and everything. That's why I said just go to their career site. So guys, that will bring us to the I wanted to say something. I forgot. Oh, so what are the jobs that I actually feel like they have more chances of getting this job easily without lot of unfortunately? The first on my list is logistics. People know in my community tab I've been shouting logistics that all of you are just going for medicine and surgery. Where do people put logistics? Where did you people put logistics? Even your local country, there's always delivery, there's always logistics. Where will I put this logistics? The first on my list is logistics. Logistic manager. Even this logistics includes warehouse. And because of the ongoing war now, there's a lot of scarcity of so many things. So now they're trying to produce more things, and logistics, anything. Logistics in the warehouse, logistics in the hospital, logistics in the clinical, anything logistic customer care, logistic customer care, logistic manager, logistic assistant, logistic this, anything logistic. The next on my list is food. Oh God, every country now value their food. You see, this food industry is going like wildfire because of the ongoing food, anything food, chef, kitchen assistant, restaurant manager, restaurant clinical, anything food. You will get it easy. Next on my list is drivers. Like I told you, what is logistics without driver? Truck driver, car driver, this one driver, mechanic, this one, everything. Next on my list is trade just like plumbers, electricians. This one is always in the list every single time. Plumbers, electricians, clinical, all those ones like that. Next on my list is engineers. Okay, there are some countries they actually need engineers, some countries they don't need, e.g. UK did not really used to give sponsorship for engineers. I don't know why, but then that's why I said before you study any course, just have it in mind to try to study a global course, or maybe have a target country. But then okay, engineers, they have a lot of job prospects in Poland. Engineer, construction engineer, civil engineer, mechanical engineer, chemical engineer, this one engineer, all the engineers you can think of, all the engineers. The rest of my list is, I don't even know what I write for it. Agric. How would I talk about food and there's no agric? If you're a farmer, you're a packer, horticulturist, veterinary, this one, that one, anything relating to agriculture or farm work, they are always needed. Year in, year out. Yeah, anything. They're actually needed. That's why this is why we're gonna talk about this and we'll not talk about this. So IT, if I want to talk about Poland, the first job prospect is IT, anything IT related, IT this, and that's why I told you that even if they don't ask you in your CV, add it that you're a computer literate. If they don't ask you, because somehow something about Poland, be like say they don't enter that IT word, anything IT this, IT that, IT anything. Then this why this is healthcare. But I've not really concluded my research about this healthcare, so let me just put it at the bottom, because as you guys notice, I did not mention any hospital, I didn't mention any care home, I didn't mention any this thing, because I'm trying to make research on it. And that's because for care, when you actually attend to people with care needs, somehow you have to be able to speak the language. Yeah, you have to be able to communicate. How body they do you, can you shoot, can you this, and you know that their medium of their language is actually Polish. So you see that healthcare is gonna be slim, because unless maybe you are like hospital manager, be hospital assistant or anything. So I've not completed my research about, but you can get health jobs. So but for now, unless you understand the language, because that would be a limitation. Let me not lie for you. Anything health this thing, because the residents you'll be talking to, they're actually local indigents, sick people that you can actually need to talk to. So you have to be able to speak the language. I hope you understand. Then another thing now, so like I was saying, the jobs that I feel like you actually get more these days, all this warehouse, farmer job, all this local dirty job that you know that all these Polish people they cannot do. They cannot cut grass, they cannot carry all these everything. It's we that can do it. So since they cannot do it, let's help them to come and do it. And I've actually made a video about taxes in Poland, their minimum wage and every other thing like that. So even if you don't even mind to actually stay long in Poland, you can actually use this as a stepping stone into Europe. Once you enter Poland is one of the Schengen countries, right? I think so. Even if it's not part of the Schengen country, once you enter an European country, it's always easy for you to just move like this, as long as you have your valid permanent residency and if you that thing like that. So you can just use that one to start life. So guys, this will be like part 1. Next one I'm talking about part 2. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.